If today is feeling overwhelming, like it is one thing after another, every single one of your kids is just like losing their minds or doing something that's driving you nuts, then this video is for you. All right, let's read today's journal. So it says, today had a little bit of everything. My youngest spilled an entire container of flour all over the kitchen. My 10-year-old had a meltdown over math. And my oldest actually asked me if I wanted to play a game with him, which never happens. I almost said no because I was so tired, but I said yes, and it was the best part of my day. I really need to remember these moments. Now we're going to apply the Fortitude Framework to show her how she can champion this one too. I bet that felt so awesome and so empowering when you're like, oh my gosh, this day is crazy. Like, I am done. Like, peace out. And then the fact that he asked to play a game with you and you were like, you know what? I don't feel like it. I am so exhausted, but I'm gonna do that. And I'm sure, like, just like you said, like that was the best part of your day. And it felt so empowering and it was so awesome. Just a little teaser, okay? This is like week 6. You're gonna have a lesson. It's called natural versus intentional. And in it, we talk about this science from a cognitive scientist who literally says that we have a system 1 and a system 2. System 1 is all about like protecting you, preserving your energy. That is like protection and preservation. That is like system 1's job, and it's a great thing. And then system 2, that's the side of us that wants more for our life, like wants more. Like it doesn't want to be so concerned about preservation or protection because we're like, I want more for my life, for my relationships. Like I just want more. I want you to know you are not crazy. Like when you are having those moments and you're feeling this battle inside of you where part of you is like, dude, I'm like tired. Like this day can be done now. And like every part of you wants to just like say, no, I don't want to play the game. I just want to go lay down and I want to take a nap or I want to go to bed right now. If you're feeling that, it's like you are normal, you're healthy, you have a system 1. It's a beautiful thing. You're not crazy. And then our system 2, that's the side that's like, but there's like things that I want in my life and things that I want in my relationships. And those things are important to me too. And so when you feel that, that's your system 2 working. And so again, I'm mostly just saying this because in that moment you felt and were noticing your system 1 being tired and like, I just really want to say no. But then your system 2 is like, but this is so cool. And he doesn't usually ask me to play a game. And I want to do that because that relationship is important to me. And so I want to prioritize that. I mostly just want you to feel one, you're not crazy, and two, that that's exactly what's going to happen all the time, like all the time. So don't think that that's just like that one time. Like every single day, you're going to be feeling things from your system 1, you're feeling things from your system 2. But something that I want to point out that I think is really, really cool is that when we like obviously our system 1 is constantly trying to protect and preserve, like protect us, preserve our energy. What's so beautiful is after you actually listen to system 2, you actually gained energy because you felt like, oh my gosh, that was so awesome. Like I'm so proud of myself. Like I'm so proud of myself for doing something. And when I was tired, I loved that game. Like I actually got to have fun with him. I got to connect with him. Like I feel so energized because something that's important to me, I actually did something. It's so interesting to me how even though our system 1 is constantly like, okay, you're getting tired, you need a rest, you need a whatever, you need to, but then your system 2, if you're doing things that are getting you closer to the life that you want, to the relationships you want, to your ultimate aim, you start to gain momentum, which that is energizing. Now, I want to ask you, just to stretch you a little bit, I think that you killed it today. Like, honestly, I'm like, I think that's so awesome. It was a huge win. Like, I think you should celebrate that win. And then just for next time, just to get a little extra bang for your buck, I want to like kind of stretch you a little bit. So next time, when the flour gets spilled and all these things are like it's literally a whole thing of flour, which by the way, I'm so sorry. Like that is stressful. If you were in that moment to have some other kind of thing that you're wanting from that, like, and let's say and it could be lots of different things, because again, everyone's ultimate aim could be different. And there's not a right or wrong. maybe something that's important to you is you want to teach your kids how to be joyful when they're cleaning. Like you don't want in your house to everyone to be constantly complaining and like moaning and groaning about cleaning. You want everyone to be like happily, like, oh yeah, I can clean that, no big deal. Then this is actually a perfect opportunity to do that. And the same way the situation with your son playing the game, you would have obviously you would have thoughts, you'd be feeling overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, I have to clean this up, like, wow, I just wasted all that flour. But if you had a different thought, like that hopeful curiosity of like, huh, could I use this to teach that? Could I use this example to be like, hey, it's okay. Like I've spilled things too. No big deal. Like this is a lot, but we can do it together. Let's work together and kind of teach them and model to them how to, and again, to get what you want, right? Because then that in itself is going to be energizing, and you're going to leave that situation of cleaning up the flour again feeling empowered, energized, happy, because you are actually getting things like there are things that are important to you that you're using the hardship to get what you want. Breaking down the framework, internal honesty, that really does suck these like I mean the fact that like that money is wasted, you can mourn that. That's reality. You can mourn reality. That is totally fine. Like being sad, but like, oh man, like that kind of sucks. Now I have to go to the store or whatever. But if our thought, like depending on what your thoughts are, what your fears are of like, oh, they just like don't care. Like, is it like questioning, like, okay, what are my thoughts? Are my thoughts like, oh, nobody cares to like help me take care of our stuff or helps me take care of the house, or it's just constantly a mess, and like I'm like feeling that sense of hopelessness of that. Why does it have to be crazy all the time? Like, how come I constantly have to be cleaning all the time? Blah 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 blah. But if you can flip it and have a different thought, right? Have that hopeful curiosity about the unbiased reality. And unbiased reality, the flower spill, that's real. But if we get a hopeful curiosity of, I wonder how I could use this to help me get closer to my ultimate aim. If like this, these are the things I want, how could I use this to actually help me get closer to my ultimate aim? And then once you like find something, I'm like, well, how is this an opportunity? Where's the value in what just happened? Then you can take advantage of it, shift however you respond so that you can have that lift where you're feeling empowered and energized rather than frustrated and overwhelmed. If you don't have that ultimate aim, then yeah, every hardship is literally just going to be a hardship. That's it. But if you know where you want to go, your brain is so powerful. It's incredible. Like your mind is so amazing, so beautiful, so incredible that if you give it, okay, here's my starting point. This is the unbiased reality, crappy hardship that I'm going through. And then over here, this is where I'm trying to go. And then you just tell your brain to do the job. How do I get from here to here? How do I get from this really crappy situation to closer to the mom that I want to be, the relationships I want to have, the culture I want to have in my home, like all of those questions. What do I have to do that? You actually got to see it already in with like yourself with the example of playing the game with your son. Like you were tired, like you got to see it and live it in real life and feel what it feels like when you do that with the example of the game. Anyway, you're awesome. I hope that like you feel that you had a win, just so you know, with the game. I hope you let that soak in and then be like, maybe next time something happens, I'm gonna have the flower thing be a win. I'm gonna have all the crazy things. Win, 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 win. You can totally do it. I'm here for you. Hey, I'm Tessa. I'm not a therapist. I'm just a girl who started a journal at one of the lowest points in my life and ended up consistently keeping that journal for now 18 years, which is crazy. But it was really just because I became obsessed with this question of how can we actually be happy when life is hard? Because I believed that we were meant to be happy. And so this journal was really me trying to figure life out, trying to figure God out, trying to figure hardships out. Like, how do we actually do this? And long story short, if you want like the whole story, I mean, it's only like 20 minutes. I'll link the video down below where I kind of like share more of my story. But the long story short, now people actually send me their journals and I actually respond and help them get unstuck using this simple, repeatable framework that I had discovered while I was keeping my journals.